I'm not a dumbass. I'm just stuck in academic research at the moment, and it's a lot.
You're not a dumbass yet, but keep reading those and you will be soon.
Wait till I've got my PhD, then
That's
I'll be a
right,
dumbass.
that's right, absolutely.
No, so something I wanted to point out was my thesis has shifted a little bit because now thanks to all this Tattle Life nonsense, it's actually given me the missing catalyst to be able to frame all this together. So I am arguing against all this neoliberal feminism by saying that women are the antagonists when it comes to beauty standards.
Right.
Using social comparison, women are the ones who are upholding these beauty standards because they are the ones who are self-surveilling and peer policing. Yeah, I'm going to upset a lot of academics.
Excellent. Well, look, I look forward to, I will come to your graduation ceremony where you have to throw the hat and then run as fast as you can because everyone's coming after you. That's,
so it's like, why are people running after me?
Yeah,
okay,
gotcha. Because everyone's coming after you. Now, we're meant to start with good news. I don't quite have good news. I have an embarrassing story.
Oh, even better.
Have you ever gotten whiplash?
Like from braking in your car?
Well, like from be in a car crash
Yes.
Okay, you've had so.
I thought you meant from like someone gaslighting me or something.
No, I this week gave myself, admittedly mild but still very real, whiplash from making my bed. Not like doing funky things in the bed.
I don't want to know what you and Eddie get up to, dude. That's too much.
I wish that was my story. I wish that was my story. I'm making the bed. I'm spreading the top sheet out. It's a king size, so it's a big sheet. And I've grabbed two fistfuls nice and far apart. And I've done the big flick to get it up high into the air. And I'm going to try and waft it and have it lay down perfectly like it does in the movies, right? It's just going to lay down perfectly on the bed and require no adjustment. That's what's in my head. That's what I'm planning on. And I'm like, I'm going to have to give it a really good rip just to get that air to sort of
herniated disc.
So I didn't realize where I'd grabbed it. And I put my hands far apart. I'd grabbed it too far apart, and the fabric was still loose. It wasn't taut.
Oh.
And so as I've done this big whip with my hands high above my head goes down. I'm like an umpire in the AFL about to bounce the ball, right? My hands are high above my head's tucked down between my knees. I'm slamming that thing down towards the ground. The loose loop of fabric has caught around the back of my head as I'm whipping my head back upwards. My hands are coming down with extreme levels of violence. And I legitimately gave myself whiplash. I felt it down between my neck, my shoulder blades, and then down through to sort of the mid-height of my spine.
So hang on, when you say whiplash, you've like pulled it behind you.
So I've caught the back of my head.
Yeah.
So as my head's trying to come up, I've ripped my own head down with all the momentum that was in my arms and all the power that I was trying to flick the sheet with. And so I've just literally ripped my head down. Now, I've been in a car crash where we were hit from behind and I was in the back seat of a little tiny hatchback. And,
That's like some Final Destination kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if it was a Final Destination movie, I would have ripped my head off.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And the level of force and the immediate searing pain did make me wonder for a moment if I had done a lot more damage than just whiplash. I'm glad that you can laugh at my misfortune.
I probably shouldn't laugh, but it's funny.
And so yesterday, because I did this 2 days ago. Yesterday, I was battling actually with migraines coming up from there, and obviously migraines and headaches are two different things. But I am a bit prone to migraines, and I was wrestling with one yesterday. It was trying to sneak up on me and get me because of the whiplash I'd given myself on Monday.
Good.
It's not ideal. It's slightly embarrassing. But also, I thought it'd be funny. I thought you'd enjoy that.
I did laugh. Do you know what, though? Those, like, freak accidents where you do something so relatively normal but cause such injury.
Yeah.
I've told you about my skateboarding.
Yeah.
Did I show that video on the podcast?
I'm not sure. It's like, I remember you showed photos of the bruising.
Yeah, like it was, and all I did, I was standing upright, about to go on the skateboard, and I don't know what I did, but I literally fell and just went from standing upright to flat on the concrete. Yeah. And I thought I snapped my femur. Yeah. Like, I just went from here to bang. Yeah. And I hit, obviously, at the right angle with the right amount of slap of my thigh on the concrete. And you know when you have, like, that wave of pain where you're winded? You're like... Yeah. And I had a hematoma from the top of my knee to my hip bone. The whole thing was black and blue. I was like, how did I do that?
Can I tell you another story
that
happened just this morning?
I'll go.
It's different.
This is meant to be good news.
It'll make people squirm for a different reason.
Oh.
I get out of bed at about 5:30 in the morning. I normally get up at 6, but when I come down to Melbourne, I've got to get up at 5:30. And as I'm making my way out, having a shower, blah, 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 my wife wakes up a little bit and she says, "Can you check the mousetrap? I think I heard it last night." And I'm like, but I haven't set the mousetrap in quite some time because we had mice and then I got them all. Did you know I've caught 2 mice in a single snap of the mousetrap twice?
Oh, really? They're usually too smart.
Well, the key with it, I discovered this by accident. They were too light. They were stealing the cheese, but they weren't setting off the trap. And so I sticky taped a 10-cent piece to the underside of the platform to make it a little bit heavier and make it a bit more trigger happy. Still wasn't enough. So because these were juvenile mice, it wouldn't go until there were 2 of them.
Right.
And so I go over to the trap. I'm like, my eyes are like deceiving me. I can't quite make sense of what I'm seeing here. And I go, oh, it's 2 mice. And I'd forgotten to take a photograph of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I threw them in the green waste because, you got to recycle your dead mice. You compost them. I threw it in the green waste and they went, oh, I should have taken a photo. No one's ever going to believe me. And then about a week later, it happened again. Anyway, we dealt with that infestation of mice and I got a photograph the second time. We dealt with that. Anyway, so my wife says to me, I think the mousetrap's gone. I'm like, I haven't set the mousetrap in a while. So I go out, I'm making some sort of morning coffee and all the rest of it, getting ready to go. And I open the pantry. It's a small pantry, but it's a small walk-in pantry. And it has a wooden door with slats in it that lets sort of light through. And we usually close it at night if we remember. Well, I open it, and lo and behold, on the floor, scurrying out of sight, is a mouse that spent the entire night trapped inside this little tiny pantry area. Mm. So I don't know what to do because obviously I want to kill the mouse, but I haven't got the mouse trap with me. And it's like, it's pointless. What am I going to do? Chase it with the mouse trap, Yeah. So without thinking, I step inside the pantry and close the door behind me. So now the mouse and I, like this was a real 2 goes in, one comes out.
This is like a real Tom and Jerry kind of shit.
I'm like, but now what do I do? Like this thing is down somewhere on the ground level, potentially could climb up anywhere, who knows? And I'm barehanded and barefooted. What's my plan here? I don't know what I'm doing
You
here.
hadn't had coffee yet.
No, I had not had coffee yet. So thankfully there was a wooden chopping board on its little spot in a slot up on one of the shelves. I'm like, right, wooden chopping board, nice and hefty, nice and kind of chunky bamboo chopping board. And I'm like, right, I'm going to have to corner this thing and just kind of like shove the chopping board into the corner and just like give him a bit of a squish. Try not to do it so hard that I have to like wipe him off the walls. Yeah. Just hard enough to like break some bones. Like you got to calibrate correctly, So here I am, I'm pulling bags of like dog food and so forth out of the bottom. And we've got a corner down the bottom where we just kind of chuck the paper supermarket bags. Yeah. We sort of fold them and flatten them and just chuck them in there.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he was in amongst those. So what do? I go, bingo, the paper will absorb anything. And I give the top of that pile of paper bags a good solid thump with a bamboo chopping board. Turns out that is a really good way to kill a mouse. No mess, no blood. I picked him up by the tail. I put him in the compost bag and I tied the bag up and I left it on the bench because I forgot to take it out with me. And I had the thought in the car on the way down here, what if he's just knocked out?
Oh, no.
And he wakes up inside that bag and now my wife's going to come out in the morning and there's going to be a little green bag that's been neatly tied up with compost on the inside of it. And there's a mouse trying to fight for its life in there.
Oh, God. That was the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. We're all better for knowing this. Thank you.
Well, look, I will update you on Monday whether it'll come back to life.
Yeah.
You've just watched another short clip from the Oddcast, and if you'd like to see the full video, it is over at our dedicated channel. That is the Oddcast HQ on YouTube. We will see you there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and have a chat in the comments.